It's been 1 month now that you've experienced the UK for the first time. You've never been here before, have you?
Yes, I've never been to UK. This is my first time.
And now we go into the questions. That's the first interview part. And then you cut it off and you go to
You're
scenery.
not going to introduce.
So I've just discussed that with you.
Okay, go.
What do I press, the square or the circle?
What are you doing? Don't do anything.
Okay.
Did I say to do anything?
Sorry.
Then, just for those of you that don't know who this young man is right here, he's a good friend that's helped me out when I went on holiday to Goa. He's very resourceful. He's a great cook.
Kingfish curry.
He knows his stuff in India, so if you need a little bit of a tour guide, here's the guy. But what I'm more interested today is to understand his thoughts of the UK and to get a feeling for how you felt when you came off the plane, how things worked here. So if you're interested in this, stay tuned. Okay, so the first question is, let me see, I've written them down. What was the biggest cultural shock that you had? Like, so when you got off the plane and you spent your first day here, what was the biggest kind of thing that you...
There are quite difference in culture between India and UK. They have a different culture, different lifestyle.
Yeah.
So they don't much look after culture. In India, they are more in culture-wise.
That's actually quite funny you said that, actually. I wasn't expecting that. So you're saying, I've asked you what culture we have here, and you said we don't have much of a culture.
Yes.
I can see where you're coming from. Okay, it's been 1 month now that you've experienced the UK for the first time. You've never been here before, have you?
Yes, I've never been to UK. This is my first time.
Okay, pace of life. So in terms of the speed of how we do things in the UK compared to, let's say, Goa. I know Goa to be quite relaxed, but I want to hear your point of view. What do you think is fast and what do you think is slow here?
Living lifestyle in UK is very fast than Goa.
Yeah.
Goa is much of like party place, enjoyment. And life is not so fast over there. To difference on UK.
Okay.
But if you go to see the life in other parts of India like Bombay, Bangalore, Pune, Hyderabad, the lifestyle is more faster than UK.
Okay.
Those places never sleep. They work 24 hours a day. Because you'll find restaurants open, everything open 24 hours.
I've been to Mumbai. I can understand where you're coming from Mumbai. Another question. This is a question I've not put on the script, and I want to ask you personally. In terms of bills in the UK, what's your view on the bills? Like,
My God,
yeah.
the bills are over here very expensive.
So let's take council tax for example. How much would you pay for council tax? I don't know how you do it for a whole year.
Yearly,
In
it
Goa.
depends on the place where we stay. In Goa, we may pay like 1,500 per year.
For 1 year. So,
Yeah, just like 10 pounds something per year.
so that's £10 per year for people working in pounds.
In the city like Bombay, Bangalore and everything, they will be paying little bit extra, like 20 pounds, 25 pounds,
Okay.
but not so expensive as UK.
You know how much it is here, right?
Yeah, you told me it's around 200 something.
Yeah. So in one year, you're looking at over like 2 lakhs. So you're looking at £2,000.
2 lakhs I can buy a bike in India.
So
And even paid a tax in 1 year.
yeah, that's true. What about bills and stuff like that? Like rent. Rent is a big question. This is an interesting question. A lot of people would like this. I should say. What's your view?
The
on
rent in my place in Goa, if you go to see the rent starts from 6,000 rupees. Some places little bit far may cost 4,000 rupees. So it starts from 55 pounds or 50 pounds
Yeah.
rent per month,
Okay.
unfurnished.
Is this for an apartment or a villa? What is it?
Apartments,
Apartment.
double bedroom flats.
Yeah.
It's not a studio flat, it's double bedroom flat, like 6,000, 8,000.
Okay.
Furnished may cost you 15,000 rupees to 20,000 rupees in the city.
Yeah.
So 20,000 rupees like 200 pounds, not even 200 pounds, like 170 pounds.
Okay.
Fully furnished.
Yeah.
So like with beach areas and everything,
Yeah.
it will cost you like around 30,000, like 300 pounds per month, fully furnished.
So generally a big difference in price compared to the UK.
Yeah, very big difference.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
And how does it work? Like over here we have like it's called AST, Assured Short Hold Tenancy Agreement. So we have a contract.
We have the same contract in India. We have to do a contract. like 2 years contract, 3 years contract, and after when the contract gets over,
yeah,
you just go back to the advocate and apply for a new contract. The owner and both persons go together and they make a new contract. They sign in front of the advocate, and then the new contract starts. 5 years, 10 years, depends on both of them.
So when you're signing contracts, you sign it in front of here in India we call it advocate. Yeah, and so you have to go in front of a solicitor.
Yes.
Basically. Oh.
Yeah.
So here you don't have to do that. So here we just sign it in front, and it's legally binding like that.
It's approved by the court and everything. So if anyone try to take over your property, they cannot take over because you have the agreement paper. Because some people, they will stay for 15-20 years in your house for rent.
Yeah.
And then say this, we are staying for so many years, this house is mine. You cannot do that thing.
Oh wow.
So you need to do the agreement. If you've done the agreement, there's nothing to worry.
And I've heard something about, like here we pay the bills, so the tenant will pay the bills. But in Goa, is that something that happens? Like, do the tenants pay the bills, or does the
water bills and electricity bills are paid by the tenant?
The tenant, okay.
Yeah. But the water bills are not too much. You may just pay like £9 to £8 for a water bill every month.
Yeah.
And electricity bill depends on how many ACs you're putting in the house.
Okay.
Maximum in my house we pay like ₹1,000, like £10 per month in electricity. Even using the AC sometimes.
Yeah.
And if you using the AC, like big houses may cost you like £30 to £25 per month.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it seems like that compared to the other costs, that can be a bit of a pinch for people in India. Okay, another question. This is an interesting topic actually. So my channel here on YouTube is about property. So this question is going to relate to it quite a lot. How would you compare houses outside of London compared to houses inside of London? Could be anything.
Houses inside of London, they are mostly attached houses.
Or they'll stuck together like.
Yeah, stuck together. And mostly they don't have like a lawn behind. Most of the houses do not have lawns. Some have lawns, some do not have lawns behind.
Yeah.
Like a garden behind. And those houses are a little bit smaller than the houses outside London.
Okay.
There's a lot of different price wise. More expensive in London than over here. You can get a very big villa over here for around 200 and something, 20 or 30. Over there it cost more. I think so. I heard that must cost very high.
Yeah, it's a big difference.
Yeah.
So I showed you a few houses out in this area, and you mentioned that in London they're more attached, but you get quite a lot of houses that it's not attached to other houses here.
Yeah.
So here we'd call it just detached property. Yeah. But in Goa, villas would be that like equal to that what you're mentioning now. But mainly I think it's because it's smaller there. It's because it's a lot more crowded and it's a lot more expensive here. What do you prefer? Do you prefer like, what do you think? If you were to live in one or the other?
Living, if I say about money wise, lifestyle and money wise, I prefer staying in India because in less amount of money you can have a good life. In UK you need a lot of money. You need to pay your tax.
Yeah.
Or half of the money your government takes all your taxes, huh?
Yeah, that's true.
Over there we don't pay much of taxes.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. So
but the question I asked is like, what do you think, London or here? But the funny thing is, you didn't even want to consider staying in the UK. So you actually just went straight to, I would go back to India to stay there. Yeah. A lot of people I spoke to actually, there's quite a big chunk of people actually that don't even like it here. But they like the money, which I think it makes sense.
I think you make the money, go back home and spend it over there. But looking at the salary scale in UK, it's very less.
Yeah. I know, compared to how much like what you have to spend, you're not left with much.
You're spending your council tax, your bills, your whatever. I don't know, a lot of things there.
See, I find this, it can be a quite sensitive subject. Like when people say the salary is good here and they, like the person wants to improve their life back home. Yeah. So it could be anywhere. It could be Jamaica. It could be
salary is good only for the person who is outside going to go live. You can go outside the UK.
Yeah.
If you're going to stay in the UK, you will live with nothing left in your hand.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. It's logical. Some people might be like very defensive on this subject, saying that if you're earning money here, then you should be spending money here. But logically, if things cost, let's say 5-7 times cheaper back home in your own country, I think it makes a lot of sense to be earning money in a place that you're going to be earning more money, and then you'll be spending less money somewhere else. It just makes sense. My life will be different. I was born here, so I'm more attached to this system. Yeah. Whereas you've got a fresh set of eyes on this country, so you see things differently. By the way, guys, if you have any comments that you want to express down below, it'll be great to hear your thoughts and opinions, because obviously everyone's going to be commenting or thinking when they're watching this video, I disagree with that, I agree with that. We want to hear what you have to think. I'm personally quite interested in the topic of this video. So, okay, weather. A lot of people watching this will actually have an opinion of the UK weather. We all know what it's like, up and down. But you've been here now during the summer. I'd say summer months. What do you think it's like in the summer months?
This looks like summer, winter, and rain.
So all the seasons.
This is not summer.
Okay.
It's summer, winter, and rain. Sometimes it rains.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's sun. Sometimes it's cold. So there is no stability in weather over here. The weather we have in our places, we have summer, then we'll have winter, then we'll have winter, rains, then we'll have the rains. But over here, the weather keeps changing.
It's a bit like our property market and our government right now.
Yeah.
It's up and down. Okay, so that's all the questions I have for you. Hopefully the viewers found this interesting. Actually, this is quite different to what I normally shoot and edit. So thank you for your opinions, and take care until the next video.
Thank you.